slime to me?
Here we go.
All right, everybody, we're here.
What up, homies?
What's
How
up?
you all doing?
I'm good. Should we start? Should we introduce ourselves? Because I feel like
Sure.
I need remembering who I am.
I mean, if this is your first time, welcome. I'm Art Hernandez.
And I'm Serafina Costanza.
I'm Eric Kaz.
And yeah, we don't have Mel today, but we're here,
Yeah, we're here. She'll be back.
and she'll be back. So what's up, everybody? First, I would like to be the first to tell you again, happy birthday to the two of you guys.
Thank you. We did it.
I thank you.
You guys lasted one more year.
We did it. The
I
Earth.
didn't know it was going to happen.
The
but you
Earth
did.
spun underneath the still centric sun. One more time.
I heard this one was
That's
a little bit
weird.
longer too.
We had
For
we had a
me-
flat Earth birthday.
I was just gonna say that was weird for me to hear that because I was like, were you saying it's round? But then I listened and you weren't.
When you get a flat Earth birthday, you get better discounts at restaurants
I'm just
because they
Yeah,
think
they
you're
kick
special
you out.
needs.
I'm excited for my Jesus year. I finally made it.
Oh, you're 33.
Well, not quite. Not quite. I'm 33 now, and if I make it through this year, I'll be older than Jesus, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, that's when I was born. That's what I was going for. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah. Just want to be older than Jesus.
you were like, the moment you were born, I was like, I just want to get to that sweet 33 and hopefully to 34.
Yep.
That was your life goal.
That was my first thought. Those were actually my first words. Yeah.
That's
Not
funny.
word, just words.
You know, I didn't. When did you first know about Jesus' year? Because I didn't know until I was 33. They're like, oh, this is your Jesus. I was getting married that year. And they're like, this is your Jesus year. I was like, okay, so I died. I mean, that makes sense to me. I died that year.
I found out when it was Art's Jesus year. That is the first time I heard about
Yeah.
it. Like, seriously, that was
Or
it,
like
yeah.
Golden Birthday. Do you guys know about Golden Birthday?
I do, yeah.
What's that?
So that's when you turn the same age as the day you were born. So I'm born on the 20th. So my Golden Birthday was when I turned 20.
That's a fun one. I was 3 on my golden birthday. My dad, I was sat down. Actually, this was right around when I was 3 years old. I was apparently sat down at the breakfast table of this apartment with my mom and dad and my sister Corey, who's at this point just like a month old, and was told my dad was moving out. And my response was, "Okay." That was my golden birthday. I was
You're
just
like, fine.
all right, cool. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Like, I'm 3 years old. Who fucking knows?
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
All right, cool. But yeah, that was my golden birthday.
I wonder,
What
like,
happened? What happened on yours?
well, I was 20. I don't remember. I remember just being like, it's my golden birthday. And that's it. That's all. But I wonder who started this golden birthday.
Someone who was born like at a time where they could celebrate it. You know, someone who was just making use of it.
Yeah, there's like, oh shit,
Some hustler.
I'm 45 and I was born on the 45th day of December.
No, so
Wait,
you're, I mean, I
that's
guess you could
not
only
right.
have golden birthdays in your. Someone who was born in the 20s and 30s definitely thought of that. Hey, it's my golden birthday. I was born on January 30th, and I'm turning 30 today.
That's golden. Why is it golden?
Is
Why
it silver if I turned my month's birthday? When I turned 10, was that a birthday too?
Oh, what did I do on my
Oh.
10th birthday?
Because that's
I would be 3. That's my silver birthday. Let's make that up right now. Silver birthday is when you turn the age of the month you were born. And then your golden birthday is when you turn the age of the day you were born. Oh my
Nice.
God, we're doing big things here at
I
Between
love
All
that.
Time.
I love that.
Yeah.
But could we name it something cooler?
It's silver birthday?
Yeah, silver
mean,
birthday
it-
sounds like.
It goes with golden birthday though. It's easy to like
it's a top golden birthday.
But it
In
only,
America, we write the month first. We're the only country
okay,
that does that.
platinum.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Yeah.
So we should treat it better than the day.
Plus, it's only
No,
It's
we're
only
doing it wrong.
It's only bigger if it comes after. Like my silver birthday would be when I was 10, which seems a lot cooler than my golden birthday, which was when I was 3. If we're going by this definition.
Well, then my silver birthday would be 3 though for me.
All right. So what's
So
your
it's the
golden
opposite.
birthday?
I wouldn't have. Well, my golden birthday is the 20th.
Oh.
You had one a long time ago.
It was last year. God damn it.
Man, she's out going off the Mayan calendar and shit.
Fuck you, Art. How many minutes are we in? We're the first fuck you, Art.
4.
Oh my god. I like
That's
Silver
a-
Birthday
actually 5
because
minutes in.
that's how you get things to catch on. It's like close to something else, and then it's recognizable. Do you want a different color? We can do platinum,
Yep.
copper. Copper is very valuable.
Material.
Oh yeah.
How about
Copper's-
titanium?
How about
It's lightweight and strong.
your titanium
Just like
birthday?
Your month.
I think
No,
that's
it's too
the
hard
year.
to say.
That's like the year.
Your tight birthday.
Yeah, if you make it to your year.
Yeah.
I was in my car the other day going, like, having to, like, think about things I'd have to say to, like, my son, and I'll be like, yeah, I was born in the 1900s, you know? To him, that's, like, a weird thing, but I was like, I was born in the 1900s.
What year was your son born?
2006 or something like that.
That's so weird.
But he was born in the aughts. I was born in the 1900s, way back then.
Because you're old.
I will be, and like I am, but I think about that now. I'm at the age of that sweet cusp when I can say that now. I'll be like, oh yeah, I was born back in the 1900s. It's gonna be the
What
Roaring
century?
20s
Do you know
again.
what century you were born in?
The 21st or 29th,
So that's a no.
20th century.
I think it's the 20th.
21st or the 29th?
If you believe,
20. I was born in the 20s. My century was in its 20s, dude.
Oh my god.
That's
It's
if
the
you
20th century, right?
that's if you believe in their calendars. You know, there's so many different calendars.
Yeah, it's whatever kind.
What-
Well, like
you know what?
21st century Fox was like, that was the future, right? That's why they said 21st century, because we were currently in the 20th century.
Yeah. Damn,
Well,
21st
it is 20th century Fox, and then
It's 21st century
It's only
Fox.
21st century Fox for Futurama, and possibly maybe Back to the Future.
That's not right.
Well,
What?
there's a Google machine right there.
Fucking look that
Let's
shit
look
up.
and see.
That's not right. It's what century we're in now.
20th. The 21st century was like the future.
Yeah. That's what I just said.
We're in the 20th century, and Fox is called 20th Century Fox. It's
no,
current.
it's look up 21st century Fox.
20th century Fox.
I think there's a.
You're all right.
I think there's a 21st century moving company or real estate place. I believe.
No, it is 20th century, so we were in the 19th.
20th
Yeah, I grew up near that studio. I seen that sign.
You're right. You know what's wrong?
Right.
I've been off all week because I'm still recovering
It's a Mandela effect.
from that Humboldt.
What are you recovering from? You guys had a fun weekend.
We went to
You guys went
Humboldt.
out?
Damn
Went to
right.
Out to
Humboldt.
Humboldt.
Here, move these.
Oh, so wait. Before I talk about Humboldt, if you're watching this, which you can watch us on the YouTubes, on the Facebooks. We have like a little hand camera that's an addition. I don't know how it's going to play into all this, but it was just underneath the table, and I would like to know, like, are we looking up dresses? Because I'll wear a dress next time.
No, but
just
we're
to
doing a shout
get
out.
more.
Everything's live.
All right, so, are you reminding me? Everything? Okay, so, Humboldt. Like I said, I'm recovering from Humboldt. I had so much fun. And he was just on the middle of the table because we've been drinking CBD water for
So
a
what did
week?
what did you guys go up to? Like what was going on in Humboldt?
So it was the first annual Toke. Yeah, Toke and Joke.
Token joke.
Yeah,
I like
so
that.
it was on a private property. It was like a compound, and they had like industry people there from, all sorts of, like a dab bar. They had CBD snow cones.
Actual farmers and whatnot.
And this is
Farmers. We were on a farm.
this is like harvest time.
Yeah,
you
it
know,
was.
right?
It's the it's like
getting around
harvest
there.
week. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we did jokes, and they toked, and then I also toked.
Okay, I was gonna say, did you toke at all?
Yeah,
there
and-
was like jars of rolled joints,
Yep.
fucking bowls of weed.
We have a whole media package we're putting together because we had friends that came that were like great photographers, and they filmed and took pictures, and we did the same. And we're gonna bring that soon. A really good thing of that.
Great.
You know what I mean?
Thanks. Yeah, thank you for that information.
No, I just think like because it's so crazy. Like I don't want to blow its load because we're gonna interview one of the people from there and stuff. So
Yeah. So you don't want me to talk about it?
no, I do.
Okay.
I do. I also want to set up that this won't be the only time we talk
more
about it.
Oh yeah, we're
that's
never.
just-
I'm
yeah,
never
this is
gonna
just an
not
intro.
talk about this.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
this
it
is-
was so dope. Like
This
I
is
of
now
course.
a part of my life. Like
Yeah.
I lived maybe 5 hours away from Humboldt my entire life before I moved here, and I've only heard stories, and the stories, like, so I mean, it's just a magical place up there. The air is clean. You can smell weed everywhere. There is weed everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, it's beautiful. There's redwoods there. But it was like this little like mini festival thing that's probably going to get bigger in the future. So it was just a lot of fun. I had so many great conversations with so many great people. And I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, I agree. It was fucking dope.
Did you guys try? Was there any new weed contraption?
Yeah.
It seems like all the time there's different things I don't know about.
Yeah, there was tons of stuff there that we have video on. It's really because it's while you were going through it, I felt like halfway through I was already so high.
Yeah.
That like these things are happening, man. Do you know? But we got it all on video, so that's good. There was machines and apparatuses. There was some that, like, for me, you know, like I like to smoke flower, roll up joints, roll up blunts. Like that's all great for me. Dabbing stuff, I feel like it's just so much work. Like you have to plug it in or heat it up with the torch, and then once you get to torch level in drugs, I'm like, it's a little crackheady.
Yeah, well, they had something that was like you didn't have to use a torch, but then they had another
really cool
little apparatus that's like a little black, like looks like a little
pyramid.
Yeah, no, it's not a pyramid.
Like a teepee.
It was like a teepee, but it was like shaped like, I don't know, like a cone. And it heats up.
It was a cone-shaped teepee?
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't because it didn't open up, you know, teepee tip. You know.
Oh, all right.
And sometimes teepees are like flat, but okay. But it's like a cone thing, and you put the dab stuff in there, but you don't have to light it up at all. It's self-heating. So you just hit a button, and then when it's ready, it vibrates. And then you take the little thing off, and you get a nice, simple, clean hit. And it's good. I enjoyed it. I want one of those. They're like $300, so I'm gonna wait till like.
We're gonna get one down here for the studio.
The third generation comes out because it'll probably be better by then anyway and cheaper.
Yeah,
but I loved it. I was at that dab bar, and then I never left the dab bar.
It was amazing.
I didn't have a snow cone. Did you have a snow cone?
Yeah, I had a couple.
Yeah, I didn't have a snow cone, and they had like THC syrup to put on it too. I didn't do that. I didn't.
Well,
Redwood
Coast hemp water. They made shaved ice out of their CBD water, so they shaved that ice down. Then you can get either CBD syrup or THC syrup thrown onto it. You know, it's your choice. And like, man, I ate so much CBD. I drank so much CBD water. They had CBD lemonade, which I continued to make when I got home. It was dope.
I'd had some of that lemonade the next morning.
It was so good.
So delicious.
I'm a lemonade dude, so they sold me on that.
You know, I don't like lemonade typically, but that was good lemonade. I like that Nantucket lemonade. That's an alright lemonade.
I don't know about that.
Nantucket.
I make my own lemonade.
Or like like homemade lemonade. I don't like a lot of sugar in it. I like it torch, like a torque.
Like tall art. Tart.
That's it. Yeah, tart.
That's a fantasy character. That's right. So, also talk about like what some people think is fantasy character. Man, it's Bigfoot country up there, baby, and it's so exciting.
Whoop!
Just to know that there is at any moment a Bigfoot could just pop out, and one did at one point.
I was kind of hoping to see a Bigfoot. Instead, I saw a toilet bear.
Yeah, we found toilet bear.
Oh man, I can't wait to hear. I
Toilet bear.
can't wait to see everything.
We actually made good connections up there, and we're gonna have some people actually calling in from there talking about it. Like, we're talking about generations of outlaw growers back in the day when weed was illegal. The heroes out there making it happen.
Yeah,
you know,
lots of stories.
Risking life in prison to help spread this plant that can help kids from having seizures and books from being boring. It's just a plant we love, and like these guys are unsung heroes, and like a lot of them sacrifice a lot, and we're grateful that their skills stood the test of time, and finally, America got its head up out of its ass, or at least California and a couple other states did.
I voted against that.
Well, yeah, there's still some corruption in it, as always, but It's good to see that
It
these
wasn't-
farmers
it
are out there
wasn't the
doing
right
it.
one. Yeah, and they're like good people. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and good food, and like really well behaved dogs except for one. Art and I both got bit by the same dog.
I got bit twice, but it didn't hurt at all. It didn't
'Cause
even puncture me.
you know why?
It was more of the dog attempted to, but it didn't. It couldn't do anything.
You know why though?
I have strong skin, Colossus like mutant powers.
Besides that, it has no teeth on like one side of its face, so like literally,
Aww.
it can't. But like, fuck
Well,
that dog
I feel
for
bad. I
biting me.
should have faked getting hurt. Like, oh,
Just to make the dog feel better.
yeah.
That's really nice of you, Art.
I feel bad. I didn't know.
That's too bad. I mean, Dolce has almost no teeth on both sides of her face.
What's up with that?
Yeah, I mean, she bit
she's-
too many people.
She's just
Party
old,
too
yeah.
hard.
Yeah, party too hard. She's too old.
Teeth
You know?
fall out.
Sold them in gambling.
Yeah.
When you-
got
Never
rid of
gamble with Filipinos. That's what I'm always telling people, dude. They accept teeth as
What?
currency.
They do?
Yeah.
No, they
Oh,
don't.
yeah. Don't gamble
I
with
have
them.
Filipinos in my family. They never
Well,
once
don't
asked
gamble
me
with
for
them.
my teeth when I
Just-
owed them money.
Did you gamble with them though? Owing
Yeah.
money is a debt. I'm talking about gambling with them.
Yeah, I've gambled.
Oh, okay. That must not be very good.
What?
Must
I
be
mean,
too good.
Yeah, it must be good if I have all my teeth,
Yeah, you still
according
have
to
them
your
all.
logic.
Still have
Good
them all.
lord. I would like to say that the three of us are drinking White Claws right now. And I have a question for you
It's
guys.
kind of an unofficial sponsor today.
Have you tried Truly?
I've had Puchuli.
No.
It's the same. It's like White Claw, but it's Truly. I think it's a little bit better.
I can already tell you it's not as good as Neutral.
Neutral.
Yeah.
Is neutral good?
Neutral, you can't get it here. It's only in Canada.
Oh, it's in
It's
Canada.
only in Canada. You got.
Oh, you don't
What's so
say.
good
We're
about
gonna have
it?
to smuggle it in.
What's so good? Yeah, let's have you. But you haven't had Truly. You don't know. Maybe it's Truly is.
No, but Neutral started as a vodka company. Like they distilled their own
Ah.
vodka, have their own vodka distillery, made their a vodka that is fucking pure and beautiful, and then started making, vodka sodas, and they're the best. Like they just taste they taste better. Like, and I know people who work with them. I know some of the people who started the company, and I keep trying to get them to.
Sounds
get
like
it down to the
Canadian
States.
Zima.
It is Canadian. It's like Canadian Zima. It is as.
Wait, is
it's-
it? But
yeah.
is there low carbs in it and no sugar like this?
Yes, 100. Yeah, there's less carbs and less
There's
sugar.
less than two
Less
carbs?
carbs? Less than 2 carbs. There's no carbs, no calories. Well, there's some calories, I think.
This is 100 calories.
Yeah, they have some that are down to 65.
What? This sounds amazing.
Yeah,
The Canadians
neutral.
really know what they're doing.
Yeah, what they do. That's what you know.
Okay, so next time you're up in Canada,
Oh, we're gonna start smuggling it back for sure.
yeah, you need to bring some back.
Yeah.
And then we'll do a taste test. We'll do a blind taste test with the three of them.
Yeah, because I do want to try this Truly. Because I've heard about it. I haven't
So-
tried it though.
I've had it, and then just in the last week, I've heard other people have the same conversation: Truly versus White Claw. It's like this thing. People are talking about it, and everyone they come up.
You know who's
Truly.
talking about the marketing? The marketers are. This is not a real conversation people have.
I'm a bartender. People are having these conversations at my bar.
It's me enjoying your bar.
Is that you
patriots.
choking me out?
No, your bar patriots. Not you. You're the one I feel bad for. You have to suffer through these conversations.
Oh,
Whereas
dude.
people are sitting there going, I think White Claw is better than Truly because my taste buds explode with more flavor less
So-
often and I don't get as fat.
Today at the bar, this guy came in and he's like on his phone and ordering beer, no problem. And then he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just you probably hate that guy that comes and just talks on his phone all the time and orders beers." I was like, "No, I hate the people who come and sit at the bar and try to talk to me all the time. Like, what the fuck?" And then he was just on phone calls the entire time, on and off. But in between, he's like really trying to talk to me, and I was like, I made a joke for a reason, like I'm busy, I'm the only one here, and why are you trying to get to know me? Like, you're getting another call in 2 seconds. What is happening?
I just don't get it, dude.
I
You just don't get it, dude.
Like, shut up already. Tip me and shut up. Now I get it. Yeah, and then my regular customers who I know, we have good conversations. We have a conversation, and then they do their thing. I do my thing. It's great, you know? But then there's these weirdos that can't come in.
So, speaking of doing things,
Yeah.
how do you feel about the parents of California
Oh, yeah, I
being
want
able
to
to
get into
do
this.
being able to do their thing? Because I saw today that California's first Surgeon General, which I didn't know California had a Surgeon General. The only thing I know that the Surgeon General does is put warnings on cigarette packs. Like I don't know what they do.
Besides that, I thought they were the only surgeons that generals can have, like in the army, right?
Generally.
Really?
No, I didn't.
I mean, that's cool.
Wait,
I
so
like that.
so let me just ask this. So we have never had one before today? Before now,
before
recently?
January. She's the first one. It started in January. To be honest, I don't know why we have one all of a sudden. I haven't looked into that. Maybe it's valid. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
It says it's our first one.
Yeah. Yeah, and she is so she put out a proposal today that she wants to, and this is just I guess a proposal or an idea, but she wants to screen every child before school. So
Before they go to like pre-K?
before they go to school for early childhood trauma. And she wants and she says that it should be something that's done regularly, and like it just
Okay.
seems like
So then if
a lot.
well, if that happens and they find trauma, then what happens after that? Art, don't get that close to my face. I will stab you.
We don't know. We're not talking about what's going to happen after that, because I mean I haven't looked into what exactly her policy is, but
Okay, well then we should, so we can really talk about it. Because right now
Yeah.
we're just talking about a headline. Because I want to know like what happens after that. If someone is found, and what does the screening look like? Because it is like there's
exactly,
because there's been a lot of kids recently who has died, especially in the summer months when they're not going to school because they are experiencing trauma, abuse at home, and then they have been reported and slipped through the system. So this is a response, and it seems like it is a.
so we're gonna
The heart is there.
So
but
I get it. Yeah,
but
no
what happens after that?
no one wants dead kids, but we're gonna
No, but
we're gonna put
Hey,
them.
what color are they?
We're gonna put them. So we're gonna say that a system that already isn't good at screening and dealing with mental health issues or educating children, and is being paid far too little. We're going to tell them that they're supposed to evaluate kids against their parents for early, like it just seems like it seems like a weird.
Well, again, we
It
don't
seems
know
like-
the details of it, right? Because we're just going on. I just heard about it because you told me
It's
this
right here,
in the
let's see
pre-show. But like, should we pause it and take time to read it in the middle of it?
Can
But
you read right now?
you can.
I can't. I can barely see that.
I can't see
so,
from this
so
part.
Dr. Nadine Burke Harris has an ambitious dream, and I think she is the first Surgeon General. Screen every student for childhood trauma before entering school. This is coming from NBC News, where and this is her quote: "A school nurse would get a note from a physician. A school nurse would also get a note from a physician that says, 'Here is the care plan for the child's toxic stress, and this is how it shows up.'" That's the second paragraph of this article. That's like I don't know what it would.
So
So it just sounds like It sounds like she's
So it's
trying to get
in-
headlines for being the first of something.
no, it sounds like because it's like it could show up in tummy aches or all that stuff. Like it sounds like there is a need for something to happen because children are falling through the cracks. of
Children are
something.
weak.
But
for
so-
sure.
And
So we're
but
gonna
we-
screen everyone.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't read the article, and
I don't like-
you haven't either. So have you?
Screening usually means there's a cutoff point of you're allowed in or not. So that means like they're probably going to find a
No.
bunch of kids that
Screening,
aren't worthy of
no,
going.
that's not screening. It's screening because it says right there. It was like this is like the physician's plan
Sounds like
for
if
the
it's-
child to address the childhood stress. So a screening would be like, hey, I'm going to go in and have a cancer screening. And if cancer shows up, then they're going to give me a plan to help me deal with that cancer.
Yeah, but which kids
So
are the
that's what-
cancer?
And this is, and it's before
Or,
school.
like,
Yeah, so
remember
you can't go to
right, but
school if you don't pass these tests.
I might be on the same side of you, but I don't know the details, so I'm not going to jump to it and say. But it seems like, I mean, something there is.
It seems like less freedom. Like it's a good right to take people away. Like, no, your parents are like criminals,
but
so you can't do this.
Show me where it says it's going to take a child away, and where they can't, like, they can take a child away now, and in a lot of cases, children should have been taken away, and what's happened instead
This
is they
involves
have died.
public education, routine screenings to enable early detection and early intervention. Intervention already means they're going to do something about it.
Yeah,
And the
and you should, if a child is
cross-sector
being
coordinated
abused, if a child is not eating at home,
I agree.
someone should intervene.
I agree for that.
100%. But so now it's saying that every child, in order to get into school, or her policy appears to be any child that, in order to get into school in California, has to go through some sort of.
I mean, I haven't read that yet.
That's what she's proposing. She's proposing that in order to enter school, every child has to go through a screening for early childhood trauma.
Yeah, and if you have it, then you won't be allowed to get into the school.
No, that's exactly what it's not saying.
No, it's not necessarily.
It's not saying
I don't think
that.
it's No, I don't think it's necessarily you won't be able to get into school. But what I think it's saying is, it's going to start looking at who parents okay and who parents not okay, and it's just it just seems like a weird concept to me that we're going to make every American parent and every American child preemptively go through a system.
We already are doing that in so many ways. We already are vaccinating the children. That, that's a system. We already are.
Health thing.
Well, this is also a health thing. It's the livelihood of some children. Who determines it, though? And again, I'm just talking as a half devil's advocate. When I just have read the headline, I haven't
done that. So you believe in the devil,
but,
huh?
Of course.
See? Oh, look at that. See?
But wait, and now I
not one of us. Not one.
Or just say like. It's oh yeah, and we are forcing them to go to school and have education, and you got to be a part of the society in some way. And is this screening to prevent school shooters, or is this screening to prevent children from dying, or both? Because children like dying in the hands of their parents.
I'll admit, school shooters are bad.
What is the child mortality rate in the United States? Because I'd imagine it's really fucking low.
10.
I'd imagine it's. I mean,
look it up.
Yeah. Like I'd imagine.
But is that a reason? Like I just read an article about 10-year-old who died this summer break, and he was being abused. The teachers reported it, and he fell through the cracks. And I agree, teachers need to be paid more. We need to have better teachers and make sure that our teachers are good. And then we also need to have a system where if child welfare is being called on someone, that it's more than just like, oh, we checked on them and they're fine, when they're not fine and a kid dies. And then earlier in the same system, another child had died like a couple months before, and it's been someone who's been in the system and then just allowed to stay with their parents, and then they die.
Well, we should take out shitty people out of the system. We should, if you can't do your job as a teacher or as a this or as that or as an anything, if you can't do your job, you should be taken. Like, you should be
right. But so my point in saying that is those are just the ones that have been reported. Those are just the ones that have been noticed.
Those are just the ones. Those are just the ones that have been reported on.
There's
not necessarily reported.
There's a lot that go unnoticed. There's a lot that happens and kids can hide it really well because they're so afraid. But who knows? Like I think giving more power to children and letting them, like, making sure that they're okay, because they're not okay a lot of the time.
Actually, that you bring up a good point. You bring up a good point that of listening to the children and what the children would say, and because this also happened in the 80s with the Satanic Panic. and there were
This is not the same. This you can't compare.
Sure, we can.
Yes, we can.
Don't
The
freak out about
Satanic
it.
Just wait.
Panic.
Well, let
Just
him
wait, just
before
wait.
you burn his
Okay.
book. Let him say it. You can't tell him what he
but I'm
can't
like,
say.
okay.
Be-
No, I didn't say
Sorry,
you
it's a
can't
mature
say
adult
it.
You
time. I
did
can't
say
say
that.
it. I
You
can't
literally
say it.
did say you
I
can't
said,
say.
no, you
But
can't
no,
compare.
yes,
You
I
can't.
can.
You didn't-
Yes,
well,
I
you
can.
didn't let me finish my sentence.
Well, let him.
Can I compare it? Can I compare it, guys? And then
Yes.
you guys can tell me if I can or
Go
can't.
ahead,
Everything's
please
allowed here.
continue.
This is
I've been trying to let
America.
you go, but Art keeps interrupting you.
All right. So the Satanic Panic was a similar concept around the idea of a bunch of people with children's best intentions. I agree that they probably have children's best intentions and people's best intentions in their mind, but there was this idea in the 80s that there was a bunch of children who were being molested and abused and taken by satanic cults, and it got to the point where where people were reporting their teachers, and people were reporting people that they thought looked weird or looked this, and it's documented. There are multiple times where
Yeah, I
children
know what the Satanic Panic
yeah
is.
so
Children lie.
children lie, and
That's what
people
the Crucible is all about. Remember
people lie.
Arthur Miller's The Crucible,
When you get into a
the metaphor for the McCarthyism that was going on before.
Yes.
Same thing. Remember that?
Yeah, but this is
It's just a bunch of children lying.
so
People
Okay.
getting out of
I
hand.
think-
well. I mean, I said what I need to say. I'm not going to repeat myself for our listeners and viewers' sake, but you let us know what you think.
Yeah, please
And
call.
let's
You have
all
a number.
actually read the article and then talk about it. So
Hell no. I'm guessing here.
424-272-8763. Call us and tell us what you think about
Please.
screening children for trauma before they get into pre-K, you said?
Yeah, I mean,
For-
in California
entering school.
schools, any
Just-
California school, so they could even come in later and they'd still be screened.
yeah.
And for the purpose of
For every school.
detecting trauma.
Well, California has really weird laws. Did you know
and then
that?
giving them
I-
treatment for that.
Here's something I learned
trauma.
on Radiolab, an NPR broadcast.
I'm not against trauma. I'm not against trauma detection.
In
but-
You're not
California,
against trauma?
in California,
Whoa.
it's illegal for them to give IQ tests to black students.
In California?
Yeah, that's a weird law we have here. There's this
Do you know
whole
why?
thing. Yeah, I listened to it on Radiolab. That's what I'm trying to tell
us
people.
why.
No, you should go check out Radiolab. Shout out to them. People that do their homework and me that appreciated it.
Yeah, but
all the work they
you've
did.
listened to it, so report to
I
us.
did because we have fucked up laws.
Show us your book report. Tell
Well,
us why.
Well, if I can remember correctly, there was basically some kid that they didn't want to let into a school, and they said that his IQ test was low, but basically they were also arguing that African Americans weren't integrated enough to get some of these trick questions. So basically, him not knowing the answers to these particular questions doesn't reflect his IQ because he was raised differently. Like they wouldn't ask you certain questions like, what fork should be on the left side of the dinner plate or something. Like a question like that is irrelevant to him because he wasn't raised that way.
Right, and then how is that representing your IQ?
Because
if you know manners?
Because
the
that's how the education system
IQ tests
uses
are
it.
set up with trick questions, and I was using that as an example, but basically it was saying the
Were they saying that
NAACP was arguing that the questions
were racist.
were biased towards his race because he wouldn't know how many, like, how would you tend to a horse wound or something? Like, he was never raised treating horses. He wouldn't know that. And so they argued that, and he did actually have like special needs, but basically they didn't want to discriminate against him. So some lawyers and shit basically sued and won and got a court ruling saying that you cannot test African Americans in this IQ test because they're not prepared for it or something, which is already racist unto itself. And so the reason Radiolab was talking about it is because they're trying to get it overturned now because a lot of black students want scholarships, and a lot of schools in other states want these IQ tests, and they're not administering them here. And a lot of people didn't know because it just wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you're black, you just never got them, so you didn't know until some
Interesting.
people started going, "Hey, you need this test for your schools," and then some moms were like, "All right, well, why aren't you giving our kids this test? We can't." And so they're trying to buy private ones, and they're like, "Well, you can't in this state, so you have to go to different states." And like, so that's what Radiolab was doing, because California has crazy laws. You know, my friends used to
I
quote
mean,
old
every
crazy
state
laws.
has crazy laws.
For sure.
There's
can't
Boulder
sleep.
Dash. I think it has like one of the categories is like a weird law that's still on the books.
Yeah, like I'm all for treating children or whatever, but like screening them, like who determines
And
trauma and says no to
Well,
the,
that's those are all the
that's a scary
questions that we
thing.
need to talk about, and then maybe it's
don't-
not what she's proposing,
I don't
but
think that, and I don't think the government should be one that's doing it.
Yeah, I agree. That's a little weird.
You know, I don't.
It's
Well, if
scary.
it's not the
too
government,
Nazi-like. Communities,
private
doctors,
organization.
trained
Yeah.
professionals, someone that actually gives a fuck.
Yeah,
Any of those people could do it. Your mom, I don't know, like the
Not my
principal
mom.
of the school. I don't know, like the school nurse. I don't know. Anyone directly involved. I don't want there to be a weird test that goes, if you've suffered these many check marks, if you check this many boxes, you can't go to this school.
yeah.
well, that's what I would like to know what the testing is
Oh,
like and
me
what
too.
that standard is.
Me too.
Like, you
And,
gotta,
and it's just a proposal now. It's just a proposal that came, or a proposal, an idea that she came up with today, or
Yeah.
was reported today. So
Yeah.
I don't know all of those things. But I mean, California does have a lot of weird laws, but they're also trying to do some good ones too.
Mhm.
Like they are for the NCAA, the fair to play laws. Which is if you are a college student playing sport, if
Like
you're a college
basketball
student,
or-
if you're a collegiate student playing anything, you know, playing track, playing basketball, you can't get paid. You can't have an
I
agent.
think his mic is going in and out. Do you hear it?
Talk.
Hey.
I don't.
You
I think
can't
just
have-
probably his head moving
Oh.
away from it. But I just saw Todd Gurley wearing a shirt that said it was like NCAA, and it was like never cares about athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so I didn't know this because I didn't know that they can just use their likelihood and do whatever they
Yeah, they're
want.
in video games,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, and
and
they
they don't
can't
get
get
paid.
paid for it.
No, like I heard like sad stories of athletes talking about like returning to their neighborhood, getting a shitty job, and having little kids coming up asking for their autograph, saying like, "Oh, I know you from my video game. Like, why are you working here?" And they're like, you know, like fuck, like because we couldn't get money, and they didn't make it to the NBA, they didn't make it to the big show or whatever, but their likeness makes
And
fucking
I'm like, dude,
so
they
much
shouldn't
money.
like necessarily need to make money, but if someone
be
else
nice.
is making money off of them, then they definitely need a cut.
Dude, they sell their jerseys with their names on it, and then they don't get any money. Like, imagine that.
Well-
like, they're selling Costanza's number 22 or whatever
How'd
jerseys,
you
and
know
you
I
get
love
nothing.
twos?
I don't know.
That was weird. That was like when I had
Is two your
Selena.
favorite number?
I had Selena playing in my house, and Art came over wearing a Selena shirt. We're like, whoa.
That's serendipitous.
Mind's blown. I do like twos. Like when I play Pokino. And you know Pokino?
Is that a Filipino gambling game? Are you bringing
No,
it back
I think
around,
it's
sir?
Italian.
It's like a game I've never lost.
It's kind of like bingo,
Well, I won't gamble with you because you win too much.
but you have like a card and it has little like playing cards on it,
Okay.
and then one
What's it called?
Pokino,
I'm gonna try and look it up.
Pokeno.
I'm gonna try and put some production value in this.
Do
shit.
college students play this? Can they get paid
No,
for it?
this is like a, I don't know. I think it's an Italian game because we would play it Eno. Pokeno.
Oh, like
Yeah,
Keno?
Yeah, but it's Pokino. Yeah, so it's like these playing cards.
Let's watch a little video. Do you guys mind?
Sure.
All right, I'll get it set up. And so you introduce a little bit, but then we're gonna let the pros.
Okay, so it's like these big cards, and you have a deck of cards, and you flip the deck over, and then if you have like the two of spades on your card, then you put a little marker on it, and you try to get a bingo or a Pokino is what you say.
This shit might be
So it's a
insane.
standard deck of cards.
Is it an American game? This is an Italian game.
I
you
think
get-
it's Italian
Do you
because
get
I
rid of
played
them?
with my
Because if
Italian.
you're putting dots on them, it
So
seems like you
you
can start
want-
telling shit.
You want to like get like either diagonal straight up or
All right, this is a small little
side
video.
by side.
Like bingo
Yeah, do it.
cards.
All right,
Do it,
okay,
play it.
let's cut into it. Let's write down it into it. Just like I can edit this out if we need to, because our masters in some of these platforms will let us play that shit.
Yeah, fuck the
Oh,
masters.
but you know what? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We over here, Game of Thrones style,
I
kill
have
all
no
masters.
idea what that means.
Ready?
Play. 5, 4, 3, 2, Pokino.
Fun and easy game, which can be played similar to poker and similar to bingo as well. In this video, you will learn
Poker
how to
bingo,
play
that's what I thought it
Pokeno
was.
using
Yeah, it looked like
beginner
it.
basic
It
rules,
looks like it.
which is the version that is most similar to poker. Let's get started with the basic rules to learn how to play Pokeno. Each player is given a Pokeno game card and poker/bingo chips. To begin, one player will act as the dealer and will call cards from the deck of playing
Yeah, so you
cards.
call
I thought you
cards.
could
We're
do
For
learning
example,
shit
the
I thought you
dealer
could do it with
calls
a
the
dopper, like a
cards.
bingo
No,
dopper.
Should sound
no,
something
because then
like
you
this.
clear it.
Queen of Hearts, Three of Hearts,
And this is commentary, so it
clubs,
is fair use because
Jack
we're
of
learning how to
Diamonds,
play.
Yeah.
and so on.
And if we're talking
Pokeno can
over
also
it,
be played
Absolutely.
with a
And we're
dealer
gonna give
who is
shout outs
not
to
a
whoever's
player
website
and will
this
only
is.
call the
Beautiful
cards. Each
instructions.
winner of a
Also,
Pokeno game
like,
will act as the next dealer
if
and
you
call
pause
the
it,
cards.
so yeah,
could
so
easily do
like
that.
there's a caller, and then once you do, then you clear it.
Like a collar?
It's not one of those shot callers.
No,
is
it's
it?
like, so say the three of us are playing, right? We each have our cards in front of us. So each card is either like the twos, the threes, the kings, or whatever. So that means you have, like, there's 4 twos in a deck, right?
Okay.
So I like to play the twos. So my card is the only card that has all 4 twos. So it has the 2 of diamonds, the 2 of spades, the 2 of hearts, and the 2 of clubs.
Wait, so is it a
It's
short deck?
designer
I'm
games.
sorry.
No, it's my card, like that card right there. So they have, it's a playing card that has many, like, playing cards on it.
It's on the screen right now. If you're listening to the podcast,
it's card
audio
inception.
versions, you might want to check out the video one.
So it's a big card, and on that big card, there's little, like, images of, like, decks of cards, like the deck of card.
All right.
So, but on
Cool.
each
I like
one, like, is like a certain one. So on one, it'll have all the kings. So all 4 kings will be on there. So there's no other card like that has that. So when you play, you put money. So there's like it costs 25 cents to play a game, right? So you put 5 cents in each jar. So there's Pokeno, 4 of a kind, center, 4 corners, and blackout. And I might have been missing one. But so, like, I would call, and whoever Pokeno ends the game. But if no one got 4 of a kind, you put more money in to the next round, then Art would call, and then, we would go. It's not that difficult, but it's fun. But you make money.
It sounds confusing. Yeah. I think I would need to play.
You
I
need to play.
have the cards in front of my hand.
But I would encourage everyone to go look it up. It's a fun game. And, you just bring nickels with you.
It's got to be nickels?
Nickels, because, I mean, you can have,
Yeah,
because
you can
it's
do what you want,
25
but-
cents, but you got to put at least a nickel in each one.
Okay. All right. So there's 4 or 5. So you got to make 4 or 5 bets every game.
So you have to put, you're spending 25 cents to play each game.
That's expensive.
It can be, but you're winning. You're winning it back
Oh yeah.
until you're out. And then so if we were playing and then when it gets back to me, then we play blackout. So if there's like 10 people playing, then the pot's pretty good. And then blackout, everyone's been putting money in that for the whole time, and you're not playing blackout to the end. So that's the biggest pot to get. You see what I'm saying?
Not at all. But it sounds fun.
We should play. I'll bring it over. I have one. We'll play.
Yeah. That.
But what got us on Pokeno?
You did, homie.
Yeah. Talking about college students getting paid.
Well, that's what happens when you're having a good, mature
When the
adult
dealer
time.
calls a card,
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Why did I think? Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, there are plenty of fun games you'd like to play and get paid for. College basketball, football should be one of them.
Yeah.
I don't think if you play college water polo, I think your family should donate more money. Keep the college going.
For what? Oh.
Yeah, but
It's okay.
if you play college Pokeno, you should that should be like
Don't play with Fina.
So that should be like the cheat card, like the cheat code you put in. Like, oh shit, you win it on a Pokeno scholarship. Got it all.
That's Pokeno. It's like an old Italian ladies game, but it's fun. And so it's like 10,000. That's a dice game. You need 6 dice with that.
Speaking of old ladies, because this was actually one of the best parts of my day today. Is there's a coffee shop up the street that I walk up to. It's like a mile up the hill, and I walk up there early morning because I start work early morning, and I often see this same old lady walking with her fucking walking sticks And
Oh.
we randomly meet at the same corner. It doesn't matter if I leave between 6:30 and 7:30 in the morning. I will meet her at the same corner every fucking time.
That's
And
hilarious.
today I was walking like a block and a half down the hill, and she got to the corner that I usually meet her at, and I saw her there, and I could just see her wave at me, and then just keep on walking. And I was
Aw.
like, man, it made my fucking morning. I woke up just kind of in a not in a bad mood, but just in a little bit of a crabby mood, and I was walking up there. I was like, man, this old lady that I cross every day, and we just say good morning to each other. That's it.
Mm-hmm. That's
That was cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's how did that make you feel? Like a sense of community?
Yeah, it was nice. It was like it was
That's
a sense
awesome.
of community,
That's beautiful.
and it was just nice. Yeah, it's nice to say hi to someone. You know,
Sounds
Walking
like
down
she
the
was
street.
flirting
Yeah.
with you.
It is nice. That's like you
I
do
mean,
get
she's
up
a good-looking
early.
old lady. She
and
is
I'm-
a good-looking old lady.
Well,
I
yeah,
would
it's
say
just
that,
Inglewood.
you know?
Why wouldn't there be
I'm
beautiful
usually-
women everywhere?
You like said almost every morning, like good morning to everybody, and I'm usually always up already when you do that. And
Yeah,
then
before me, man.
I always forget. I was like, oh yeah, Eric is up, because I'll think of things to text, and I'll be like, I'm gonna wait. I don't want to wake him up. But now I'm like, fuck these fools. I'll
That's
just wake
so
him
funny.
up.
Yeah, why not?
Wah,
I'm always
nah.
down to be up. I'm only sleeping because there's nothing else to do. Like, if there was something else to do, I'd be awake. I'd hang
You're
out.
always down to be up.
Yeah, I'm always down to be up.
That's
guys,
really
but I have
funny.
nothing.
That's a good like sleeping shirt thing.
I'm down to be up,
I'm down
dude.
to
Just
be
wake
up.
me up. I don't need
Give
to
me
be
something
sleeping.
to do. I'm down to be up, and then Domino's question mark.
Right, Domino's. I love Domino's.
Well, speaking of Domino's, well, this isn't a segue at all, but you were really excited earlier about Disenchanted.
Yeah,
Is that what it's called?
dude, you don't know?
I haven't really seen it. Should I?
Yeah, it's the love child or brainchild of the creator of The Simpsons, Matt Groening, whatever.
I think it's Groaning. Disenchantment. I said Disenchanted.
Well, you're clearly wrong, fool.
Let's
Let's watch the trailer for
I know
it.
a producer on this.
You
Okay.
do?
Yeah, he was in my sketch team.
Oh, gross. All right, well, I'm just kidding. I love sketch, but just out of the pure respect for Matt Groening, Simpson creator, we'll just watch a small little trailer for season 2. Just came out, and then Serafina will fill you in on the awesomeness, which is this show.
Me? I haven't seen it.
There are things beyond your understanding that you are destined for.
That's the chick from
Greatest woman
the
this
Broad
kingdom has
City.
ever seen.
Voice.
Oh God, what time is it?
Abby Johnston or something.
3 a.m.
Take it.
You ever have a nightmare and at the last second you wake up and everything's okay? Well, this isn't one of those. The entire kingdom got turned to stone. My mom's evil, and Popo died.
Good times.
And that's Eric
Popo,
Andres.
wherever you are,
Eric
I'm
Andres.
sorry.
This is heavy.
He's like Bart Simpson,
Why
basically.
did I waste all that time being alive?
Incoming necro chat from Mr. Elfo.
Hello?
Hello?
Elfo, is that you?
Lady!
You're the one that called me.
You know, I can't get to heaven, but if Elfo can meet us in hell, I know a way out. Ding-a-ding-a-doo. Follow me, hot stuff.
I like that.
Who are you?
Works great.
Juanita Demonheimer.
That's
sounds
my
kind of
mom's
real.
name.
There's a prophecy to be fulfilled. Like mother, like daughter.
I'm not like you.
Stay inside, unless you want to see something really cool.
Calm down, guys.
Let's hide under this pile
If you're a
of
fan
children.
of
We gotta save
Futurama,
Elfo and
this
restore
is
Dreamland
right
to
now.
glory. Whatever happens, we are gonna fight back together.
We'll have to wing this in a
Futurama.
dangerously half-assed
Producer, I
manner.
think.
That's the Dreamland way.
That's a great show. That character actually
Quick,
That's what
after the dragon, and may the best man slay it.
Or woman. Let's not ignore women here. Oh!
Check that bitch out.
I'll check it out. I'm looking for things to binge during the holidays so I can
It's that
ignore
Disenchantment's
everybody.
so good, dude. Holidays are coming up. Yay! My favorite one first. My birthday.
That's done.
And then Eric's.
That's already done.
Then Jamie's, which is the same as Eric's.
That's done.
And then my brother's.
Oh, but you know whose birthday it is tomorrow?
My brother's?
Is he? It's
He's-
also
I think it's October 12th.
Rod.
Rodrigo.
Mr. Rodrigo.
Mr. Cinema.
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. Cinema.
Yeah.
You know what? We should have like a Mr. Cinema Bar contest every year with all
It's
of
always going to be Rod's cutout picture in a thong.
But everyone has to participate, and it's every male person that is a regular at the cinema bar, and then Rod wins every year, but everyone has to go on stage and say like 3 sentences, and then we vote. Like that would be so funny.
The Rod Fest.
Check out this.
Rod Fest 2019. What?
Hell yeah.
It's like a little Rod.
Oh, historic beard. The Cinema.
Cinema Bar has been serving drinks and live music in Culver City since 1947.
And serving us some hot jokes.
This is a great place to enjoy beers and in a dimly lit atmosphere while listening to live music and comedy on Monday nights and Wednesday nights. It's fucking crazy. That's their shining days. Music definitely leans towards more folk and Americana as does the decor. What a great place to see.
Shout out to the cinema. Can't find it.
It's secret.
So, you were just talking about Disenchantment, South Park. I've only seen the first 2 episodes. That shit's fucking fire.
It's so good, man. It's so fucking good. Like, especially like Kyle's in like they're teaching all the like the teen kids to become Jewish, and they're like, "Oh no, now we're gonna look racist." Oh, too funny.
Or spoiler alert if you haven't seen it.
If you haven't seen it, it's already been out for 3 weeks.
I mean, people have busy lives these days.
Well, lick my balls. You
really,
obviously don't care that much about it.
I really am enjoying South Park, and I enjoy that they really have not disappointed me, like ever, really.
I think
They're
that's their
so
main
funny.
goal. Don't disappoint Serafina.
I mean, as that should be.
Right.
South Park's been around for so long. Like, I remember being a kid and my mom telling me I couldn't watch it. It's like, you can't watch South Park. You can't do this.
Oh yeah.
I remember when I had mono and I was home for like 3 weeks, and it was right after Bigger, Longer, Uncut came out, and she rented it for me at the fucking Blockbuster and brought it home for me while I was sick.
Dude, that's such a good movie.
And it's still on and still kicking ass and still
taking names.
Like,
hell yeah, it is.
Great.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all. I'm in awe of it. I'm jealous. You know.
Me too. I love it. It's so funny. Like I laugh. I find myself LOLing.
Oh yeah.
In IRL.
I'm old enough because I was born in the 19th century.
Now? Okay.
That I remember my friend Mikey had the Christmas South Park before it was on Comedy Central. He had
the Christmas special.
Yeah, Jesus for Santa Claus. He had it on VHS, and we watched that shit. I think it was like right before I went into like 6th grade.
Man,
dating myself. Sweet. Ended in a hand job.
What?
The show? That's the best way to date yourself, you know?
Dating yourself. Yeah. Always ends in a hand job.
Sounds like a home run to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like the night ends or the relationship ends?
Why question it? See, this is why we need consent.
What?
You should have asked me if you could ask. I don't know.
I will stab you in the neck with this pen right now.
Yeah.
I'm ready to be violent. My husband.
Why is that your message?
You know, I told it's
I'm
not.
ready to be violent.
That's a Fina shirt.
I'm ready to be violent. Like,
just ready to be
my
violent.
husband has been in kind of a funk. He's been like, just like, ugh. And I was like, you know what? You keep verbally abusing me. I'm gonna start physically abusing you. And he goes, did I say this already on here? He was like, I wish I would have recorded that. You saying that. And I was like, fuck it. I'll say it again. Pull it out. I'll record it myself and send it to you. You know what I mean? I'm ready.
Yeah, chump.
I am full of rage.
You got crazy.
I've had so much steroids inside my body last month, and it's like, it's rageful.
They're still rattling around. Just
her mustache is growing.
It is.
Nipple hair.
I need to. That's why I said you guys got a new what is it? Workbench for lifting weights. I need to go pump some iron.
Go pump some fucking iron.
Get this anger out.
Treat yourself.
We should all go pump some iron.
I'm
mean,
ready to
I'm
pump
going
iron.
to.
Let's do it.
Speaking of pumping iron,
Yeah.
do you think Giuliani is going to be behind iron bars soon? Or at least his two
that a
of his
pun?
friends.
No, of course not.
No, they're
Two of
No
his
one's going to jail for this.
Then they already got like arrested or
No
indicted.
one that anyone wants is going to jail. Anything. You know?
I don't know. I think it's too soon to say. It's too early to call.
Giuliani's not going to jail. If Nixon didn't go to jail, Giuliani's not going to jail.
Who's
Well,
Nixon?
that's different because Nixon is a public official. Giuliani is a private citizen.
So you're
So
gonna
there's different protections. And
you're gonna tell me
Nixon
that
was the
America
president.
you're gonna tell me that America is gonna put the 9/11 mayor behind jail, behind bars.
Behind
he
jail?
should be. He
I
should
think
be.
he should be behind
He
jail,
should,
and I think
he should
they
have been.
might.
He should have been for how he treated New York years ago, but he's not
He
going to.
might. Well, also how he treated his cousin, who he married.
I hope he
All right.
treated his married
And I
cousin
don't-
well.
That's sexy.
I guess.
Yeah, he married
That's
his.
some sexy times,
Look it up.
Giuliani.
He married his first cousin.
I believe it.
And then broke up. Like he was caught cheating on her and like came out in the tabloids. And then he was like, we ended the relationship like on TV. And I'm pretty sure he didn't talk to her about that first. He just been spatting out on TV since the 80s. You know, my great aunt
What a guy.
loved Giuliani. You know why? Because he's Italian, and she
Well,
was
doesn't mean
Italian,
shit about
and he
her.
was a mayor.
Well, that's nice.
How she died, but I wonder what she would think about him now. She probably still like him. He's
Yeah.
Italian.
It'd probably be like meatballs and spaghetti.
I can understand loving a mayor because I love Mayor Butts. You know,
Mayor Butts.
Mayor Butts.
Yeah, the
Inglewood,
mayor of Inglewood.
District 2.
D2, everybody.
That's right.
Represent.
On that note, let's go eat some food, get high. Come check back in with the next episode, dude, right?
We will. This
do you think?
tonight I have a show in San Luis Obispo, so if you happen to be there, come see me.
Go check it out.
Look on my Facebook page for details.
And that will be October
12th.
12th, dude. October 12th. Go out San Luis Obispo. What's the venue?
I don't remember.
It's all right. Just look for Serafina. Her
You can't miss me in slow.
yeah, but also her Instagram will have all those dates. and
At
shit.
Serafina Costanz.
Look at that, stupids.
Yeah, look at it. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
All right.
I'm not, you know.
I love you.
Bye.
Thanks, mate.